Aldean is speaking out once again.
Brittany Aldean is the wife of Jason Aldean. To her great credit, she's not backing down.
I'm advocating for children. I think that children should not be allowed to make these life-changing decisions.
It's kind of like the Wild West out there right now, and we got to get this stuff straightened out.
This is simply based on opinion and political status.
It's hard to be quiet.
You can find me in the back of a jacked-up tailgate, sitting there watching all these pretty things. Get down in that Georgia clay and I'll find peace at the bottom of the real cold drink. Chilling with some Skinner and some Owen. Let's get this thing started. It's my kind of party.
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Wow.
Yeah.
You guys are going to make me cry. This is amazing. Thank you. Thank you.
This is my first year here at Turning Point. Britt came last year and had rave reviews about it. So you know me, man, I can't miss out on a good party. So it's good to be here. Thank you guys so much for everything, for having us tonight. Thank you so much.
Guys, it is unbelievable to be in a room full of like-minded people. It really is, because in the world we live in, it's very media-based. Everything's very biased, obviously, and it's a hard world out there. A lot of bullies.
As we know.
People. We sure do. So being out here with you guys is actually really amazing. So thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. And we're actually here to introduce a really good friend of ours.
Yes, she is a mother, an advocate, a beautiful woman inside and out. She is just the epitome of what the country of this, or future of this country, is. And we love and are proud to call her a dear friend.
And a true patriot. So you guys,
yes,
welcome to the stage, the one and only Miss
Candace Owens.
Candace Owens. She's an American talk show host, political commentator.
Mr. President, it is my distinct honor to interview you.
You're a brave person. We're going to come for you at some point.
They want the family unit gone.
It's power and it's sinister and it's sick. People need to see this. People need to see just how radical the left has become.
They want you to forget it.
You're not going to argue with me. It's a bad idea. Don't argue with me. Because I have every bit of knowledge that I need. You have nothing else to say because your bullying tactics didn't work.
Believe facts.
The truth is coming.
This is the greatest honor to be standing next to these two human beings. We all know how difficult it is for every single person in this room, in their private capacity, to stand up for truth. If you're a college student, if you're in high school, it is so hard. Imagine having a platform like them and taking the time to stand up for what's right. Brittany Aldean. This girl is so bullied, and she stands up and she defends her kids, and he stands right by his woman. This is what it means to be a man and a woman in America today. You guys, thank you so much. We love you. Absolutely love you guys.
Thank you guys. Stay strong.
And Jason's got a new album out, so you guys better all be downloading that on your way out. All right, guys, have a seat. I got a lot on my mind today, so I'm going to rant at you. I love you, too. First and foremost, I flew over from Germany. It was an exhausting flight. When I landed there, it's honest to God, this is a true story. They lost my luggage because of blizzards all throughout Europe. Obviously, the first thing I thought was that Sam Brinton may have gotten his sticky little fingers on my luggage. I thought, my goodness, no. Did Sam Brinton swipe my luggage? And here's the thing. The left doesn't want you to talk about Sam Brinton. They want to pretend it didn't happen. Why? Because it proves that if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it might be a duck. If it looks like a crazy person and acts like a crazy person, it might be a crazy person, right? It might be a crazy person. Think about that. Our tax dollars actually went to this nuclear waste guy who showed up wearing heels and lipstick and gowns, making a mockery of this country. Imagine if you're another country and you're sitting back and you are realizing that our government is willing to put that into the forefront, right? And then they said, shame on you guys for commenting on this because everything is just all about acceptance today, right? That's what they say. We need to accept that he maybe has a bizarre fetish and likes to swipe women's luggage at the airport. It's all about acceptance. No, actually, I don't accept that. I don't tolerate that. I don't want that around me, and I don't want it around my children. Thank you. There has been so much power because the left has acted the part and parcel of bullies especially over these last 10 years. And conservatives were quiet because we were afraid to be called names, right? Oh, if you don't accept this, then you're a bigot. If you don't do exactly what I say, then you're a racist. You're a homophobe. You're this, you're that. I mean, all day long, I am being accused of being different things. I don't care. I don't care. Because that's how they weaken you, right? That's how they weaken you. That's how they get you to accept people that are mentally deluded. That is why the poison of what is happening in this country has seeped into the education system. Because people are scared to speak up. People are scared to say, I don't know why, but this person makes me uncomfortable. This person makes you uncomfortable because God gifted you with spiritual discernment, right? Spiritual discernment. Spiritual discernment is what I have when I am with my children, okay? If I see somebody and they are acting crazy and they are talking to themselves and they are a man and they're wearing lipstick and they're scratching their arms like they're a crack addict, I move to the other side of the street. I'll probably call the cops if I'm with my young children, right? And I'll say something's not right with this person. That is the ability for you to listen to your senses and to make sure that you are not being hurt. And the left wants to confuse that, right? They want to call that discrimination. Oh, you're discriminating against people. Yeah, you know what? You're damn right. I discriminate against crazy. And there is way too much crazy going on right now. It is absolutely crazy to go to a college campus like I do today when I travel around with Charlie and to see women that have really invested in this lie of feminism, right? That somehow if they make themselves ugly and don't want men around them, if they don't shave their legs and they dye their hair purple and orange, that it's going to somehow render them happier and freer. That they're sticking it to the patriarchy, right? This is the idea that you learn when you're a young woman and you're in university, even when you're in high school. They call this feminism when it is anything but. Let me tell you something. It leads to a life of misery, right? A life of misery. It is why there is no woman that is more rabid and more unhappy and more sinister. The people that you see shrieking outside of the Supreme Courthouse about Brett Kavanaugh, right? These women are fundamentally unhappy because they learned in school to fight against their biology, right? Don't aspire to children. Don't aspire to a husband. All of that's backwards and wrong. And don't be cisgender, right? Made up terms that they come up with. Heteronormative, made up terms that they come up with. And so women think it's cool to try to go in the opposite direction until it's too late, right? Until it becomes too late because you listened to that dogma and you find these women later on in life and they have no family and they have no children and they're relying on prescription drugs to get them through the day. Do not listen to that poison that you are learning in the classroom. And men, wow, I mean, talk about people that should just shut the valve off when it comes to listening to anything that comes from the left. We live in a society right now that hates masculinity. That is the truth. This is a society that tells you that it's wrong to be a man, that it's wrong to stand up straight, right? That you should, I don't know, hunch over and say sorry all the time. Don't hold doors for women, right? That's a new thing that you're learning. I'm just like a man. I can open my own door. Thank you. Okay, you can, but why would you want to if someone's opening it for you, right? You can. So proud of you for being able to do that. Seems like a pretty bad deal. Oh, I don't need him to pay for my meal. I can pay. Okay, you can, but that money would be nice if it was still in your account, right? Let him open the door, right? Let him pay for a meal for you. There's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with the incredible symbiotic way in which men and women come together. Our personalities are different. It is important for men to remember that our society needs you. There is nothing wrong with masculinity, but there is a problem when there is a deficit of masculinity, okay? What we are suffering from right now, every societal ill that we are suffering from, because there's a lot of it, right? This has become a cancerous society. It is entirely plausible that it is a terminal mind virus that we are fighting right now. Wokeism is, in fact, a mind virus. Elon Musk said that correctly. They proved that if they say something enough times, no matter how ridiculous it is, people will believe it. People will start saying it. If you had told me 10 years ago that we would be debating whether or not men can give birth, I would have thought you had taken acid. That is the truth. If somebody came to me and said, I have a vision in 10 years, men will be able to give birth, people will believe that, I would have said, you are on drugs. You need to be taken away, preferably on a stretcher. But that's where we are, right? This is where we are because the government understands how they can weaken your psychological immune system. Stay at home, save lives. Say the same thing over and over and over again. The messaging coming from people who don't even touch their own door handles, who are flying private, who are going to stay on their private islands with all of their family members, whose lives weren't disrupted at all. But you're a selfish person if you just want to go outside and breathe and open your own businesses. They understand how precious all of your minds are. So when you are in school and you are learning something ridiculous, it is so important for you to recognize propaganda when and exactly how you hear it at that exact moment to understand that it is propaganda that is happening in the school system. And their goal is so obvious. When you wonder, what is it that they're doing? Why are they doing this? Well, it's always about power. It is always about ultimate governance. It is always because the government seeks to be the God in the light in your life. They want you to come to the government when you have a problem. And in order to do that, they need to first of all render you useless. No job, no career, no prospects. It's the reason why they're creating meaningless degrees. I've told you guys this before, and I'm going to tell you again in case you weren't here when I said this at SAS last year. Right now in this country, this is a fact, we have never handed out more degrees ever in the history of this country, right? And yet we have never produced kids coming out of university that are so dumb. The IQ level is dropping. That is a fact. That doesn't make sense. If people are getting dumber, how is it plausible that we are handing out more degrees? Well, because that is by design. The idea is to make a bunch of people that are actually really stupid. Really stupid. I mean, how stupid do you have to be to spend $100,000 on a degree in gender studies? I mean, wow. 4 years studying something that I learned the first day in kindergarten? That's the boys' bathroom. That's the girls' bathroom. Okay, thanks. Thanks. But imagine that adult, that young adult who went to school for 4 years to be confused about basic facts, who spent plausibly hundreds of thousands of dollars for that meaningless degree, who then goes out into the world and realizes that nobody wants to hire them because who the heck needs a gender studies major for anything? When's the last time you looked at your phone and said, oh crap, I need a gender studies major? It's going to be a tornado out there. We better make sure the gender studies majors are alert. Oh my gosh, my AC broke. Where are the gender studies? Nobody ever in the history of the world has needed a gender studies major. No one. No, it's common sense. That's not a real degree. The only thing you can do with that degree is probably go right back into the education system that taught you that lie, right? You can become a professor in gender studies. Something stupid like that. And so when those people get into the world and they realize that nobody wants them, that this is not a career path, that actually the free markets spits them back out, they become angry and they become bitter, and they don't know who to train that bitterness on. Who can I be angry at? I did everything right. I listened to my professors. I got A's. I have a degree. Right? This pompous attitude, it means nothing. What can you produce? What can you provide in this world? I don't care. I actually would prefer it if you went to a trade school, right? Learn to work with your hands. And who do they blame? Well, they blame successful people. Not the government, not the university system. No, the university system is the only place they can go. And so they become angry at people who found success. They become angry at those people who didn't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in school, but can in fact fix an AC in the middle of the summer. People that work with cars, people that work with their hands. They think, how can this idiot be making more money than me? Oh, because the free markets responds to that person that you think is an idiot. Because let me tell you something. Have you ever had your AC break in the summertime in Tennessee? You're paying any amount, buddy. I don't care what he's charging. Great. $10,000? Okay, we'll find it somewhere, right? Because we actually need these individuals in our society. And so the only thing left for those people to do, because they're so angry, is to march against life, right? Pick any cause and they march against it, right? They're basically letting you know that they have failed in life. And so they march against people that are too normal. They march against people that look happy, because misery loves company. And I'm telling you, do not give it to them. Do not give them that company. You guys, it can be so easy to look around at everything that's happening and to become an angry person. It can be so easy. There's so many things to be angry about. We all feel like we're losing our country. I sometimes wake up in bed and I read a headline and I just think, how in this country, a country that has given me every single opportunity, a country that I love so much, how can we be allowing these things to happen? Especially when it comes to children. There's nothing that makes me fly into a rage faster than to think that they are now going after children. But the important thing is to remember that if you really want to make the left angry, be happy. Be happy. Laugh. Go out with your friends. Men, be strong. Women, be beautiful. Be smart. Be caretakers. Be the things that God ordained upon us, right? Right? Be all of the things that make you feel good. Masculine, feminine. Go out there and tell them that you are not only going to be you, but you're going to be you proudly. Proudly. Don't be ashamed to love your country. Don't be ashamed not to go along with these ridiculous agendas. Be loud. Be encouraged. Don't feel like you have to hide who you are. And that's, I look out at you guys and I see the hope. One day it will be you guys that are on stages like this, talking unapologetically about the person that you are, about the values that you have. And I want you to be emboldened to do that, because my entire life changed when I decided that I was no longer going to shut up about what I knew to be true. You guys, thank you so much for having me. I love you so much. I will be taking pictures. And another big applause for Brittany and Jason Aldean, the most amazing people.